Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Starcraft on the Mysterious JG. I don't feel like I did it with great style and aplomb, but I don't feel like redoing it either because I won on the first try. Damn it, that was one of the big missions I was worried about. But we finished the Trial of Tassadar mission, which is a bit of a misnomer since we didn't actually get to see Tassadar's trial at all. But I don't know about you folks, but I came out of that with kind of a sense that I didn't know what really happened there. It didn't seem like Tassadar proved his innocence or convinced Aldaris and the Judicator caste that they needed to work with the Dark Templar. I think they just kind of beat the crap out of them, and or they kind of smuggled them out of there, and I don't know why I surrendered in the first place, and the point is it still seems like the Protoss aren't united. They're divided. They need George W. Bush. But either way, that I promise you, that was the last Protoss on Protoss mission. And while I risk being overconfident and then coming off as a complete tool if I don't do these missions perfectly, but my recollection from playing the game years ago is that that really was the toughest of the original StarCraft missions. The last time I played through StarCraft, I didn't finish the last mission because I think I got to about this point and just got tired of it. This time I'm going to push on because I'm doing it for LP purposes. That does give you a little extra motivation to push through the more difficult sections where you might otherwise just be like, I'm not having fun. I'm going to stop playing this. I'm supposed to be having fun. So we're going to keep going with these last two Zerg missions, or anti-Zerg missions, but my recollection is that these were easier than the Protoss missions because while you start out with the Zerg, you have like nothing or very little, and the Zerg have huge base and lots of forces. They're the Zerg. They're supposed to outnumber you, and you're supposed to be able to fight them when you're outnumbered and come back. All of the dramatic, you are fighting impossible odds missions in StarCraft tend to be you as Terrans or Protoss fighting against a huge Zerg force, because they can still get across the drama of you being up against incredible odds, so badly outnumbered. We just don't touch on the fact that the Zerg actually have the weakest units. So, like, there's a mission in StarCraft 2 where it's like it's some kind of fantasy alternate future. Like, I can tell you without spoiling it that they throw together this mission which really doesn't mean much because it doesn't actually really happen, but it's the Protoss defending, like, the last Protoss in the world. Like, if these Protoss are defeated, the Protoss species is extinct, and you fight an infinite Zerg army, and you have to hold for a certain amount of time. That's the kind of setup they do. And like there's missions in that game where it's like you've got to hold for a certain amount of time against an unstoppable Zerg force. You do something similar as the Terrans. So we're going back to fighting the guys who are supposed to outnumber us, and we're supposed to win, and we're supposed to look cool in doing so. Hopefully that will be the case. Although that very last mission can be a doozy. Like Bobo told me and I'm not trying to knock Bobo. I've actually beaten the last mission before, although I think I had to save and load a couple of times. Bobo told me he's never actually beaten the last mission. It's not unheard of for people who've played StarCraft over the years and really enjoyed it. Didn't actually finish the campaign just because the last mission or two were really tough. But Trial of Tassadar is the worst. Now it's time to go back to fighting the Zerg like we really should be in Shadowhunters. We're going to hunt down some shadows. There's a 3 shadow limit this year, folks. Don't be caught with more than 3 shadows or you will have to pay a fine. Protoss command ship, Ganterthor, blah, blah, blah.
Entaro Adun, Executor.
Hey, man.
My gratitude to you for having secured my release knows no bounds. By all the gods, we may win yet.
Should have surrendered in the first place.
The time has come to let loose the fury of the Dark Templar.
We're gonna cut loose, bitches.
Perhaps the time has come to tell our friends of the foe we face.
I'll decide that.
Indeed. When I slew the Cerebrit on Char, I touched briefly with the essence of the Overmind. In that instant, my mind was filled with its thoughts. And I tell you now, our worst fears have come true.
McRib is gone forever.
Were indeed created by the ancient Zelnaga, the same beings that empowered us in our infancy. But the Overmind grew beyond their constraints and has at last come to finish the experiments they began so long ago.
Sexual experimentation.
We fight not only to save Ire, but all creation. If we fall to the Zerg, then the Overmind will run rampant throughout the stars, consuming all sentience, all life. It is up to us to put an end to this madness, once and for all. Our forces shall engage the primary Zerg hive clusters in an attempt to weaken their defenses.
Just for fun.
Once their numbers have thinned out, Zeratul and his companions can infiltrate the clusters and assassinate the Cerebrits. Adun willing, the Cerebrits' deaths will distract the Overmind long enough for us to assault it directly.
Adun willing, baby. Okay, so what I think we have determined is that only the Dark Templar can actually destroy a Cerebrit so that it doesn't come back. This is like a plot thing. It makes the Dark Templar all cool and badass. Much of the coolness and badassery of the Dark Templar is undone in both Brood War and Starcraft 2, because in both of those games, Dark Templar become a normal unit that you can build when you play as the Protoss. I think you can build them in StarCraft 2. I don't remember. But in StarCraft Brood War, yeah, they become a regular unit. They're fairly expensive. I mean, you can't... I don't think anybody does... Well, no, the Beetle strategies do involve a Dark Templar rush, but a Dark Templar rush would be like you have 3 or 4 Dark Templar that you get going before your opponent in a, you know, random map game has developed anything that can pierce cloak, any kind of detectors. So like you know, you get 2 Dark Templar going just by putting everything you've got into tech buildings. So you can get 2 Dark Templar and go out and find your opponent. I mean, I think they rely pretty heavily on luck. Anyway, what was I getting at? I had some incredibly insightful and clever things to say, but I don't remember what they are, so I guess we'll have to wait. Oh, I do know what one thing I was going to say, which I can say as we get going. StarCraft tips. The Protoss Arbiter. Oh, I hate those guys. Ooh, I hate that rabbit. No, I hate these guys. These are the guys who were really messing me up on the last mission because they kept freezing. My guys are clustering together. And I know you're not supposed to do that, but I can't help myself. And these guys were like freezing them. It was really cheesing me off. Yeah. Arbiters cloak all nearby units, although the Arbiter itself remains visible. Arbiters cannot cloak each other. And the way that they're somewhat useful to me is that they can cloak other units. So if you send in Happy Cloud Men with an Arbiter, well, Arbiter don't have a ton of life. So if the Happy Cloud Men go in and bypass defenses because they're cloaked, or they kill the detectors, then you know the enemy won't even be able to fight back while the Happy Cloud Men tear up their base. They're more useful really with carriers, though. Traditionally, I think they get used with carriers because the Arbiters have to start. Yeah, like the opponent's going to have to wipe out the Arbiters before they can even do anything about your carriers themselves. It just buys the Arbiters more time, or the carriers more time to kill off all the anti-air defense before they are attacked directly. Yeah, but they have that spell that allows them to freeze things in some crystal whatever the hell trap, and you know, we'll have to sort that out. Okay, so we don't really have a
We are vigilant.
we don't really have a nexus here, so we probably want to get working on that.
Your orders, Templar.
Now going straight ahead, is this one? You have resource patches you start off with. There's like 2 different ones you can choose from on the left and right, I remember. And if you just keep going north, you hit you start hitting the Zerg hive clusters, which you really don't want to do. Okay. So we'll get a nexus going next to these minerals. It's kind of annoying because the minerals are not located very close to Vespene. There is a... Please tell me we can build on this ground. Because there's like one path north, and no, you can't really build on it. And then if you come over here, you get to the path that leads to the other resources. So the ideal place to put defenses would be in, like, here. Because these will cover the approach to two different sets of resources. The big problem is going to be that the enemies can slide by without touching either through here or, yeah. Pardon me.
Your orders,
These
Templar.
guys probably need to come guard over here anyway.
It will be done.
Okay, you guys get to work. You got left over here, and yeah, you know what? If I just ring this whole
Construct additional pylons.
area with cannon, I'm gonna try to learn not to just hide behind cannons all the time, but they're just damn useful. So, cannons here, eventually, probably a small group of cannons here. And then I'll just have to be on the eye out for flyers, because there's solid rock all the way around here, but they will, you know, short circuit my defenses with flyers. Alright, so as usual, build up your base, then you start building up, you know, you build your base including defenses, then you build your army, then you win. So we're into building up the base phase. There is a lot of Zerg on this map, and one of the things I was going to point out is that while you can supposedly you're supposed to thin out defenses and then build you're supposed to thin out their defenses and then we are under attack. Do not let them do permanent damage to anybody. Whoa, no! Oh, I hate those guys.
It will be done.
Need to get some observers going here, because now they've got those guys that I don't like. The other thing I need to do is get photon cannons going. That will...
We are under attack.
We're under attack over here now. Oh, for goodness sake. So be good for goodness sake. Go. try to kill this guy first. That's his best play here. Yeah, so this is an annoying one to try to get started with, but and they just dumped goo on my guy. They're going to use defilers. They're going to use their whole tech tree against us here, and that will get tiresome. But yeah, we can see him now, fucker. So they've got stuff that's able to get past stationary defenses. I keep thinking this spot right here is a defiler, but it isn't. It's just a little pockmark on the landscape. They've got stuff that will get right by our stationary defenses, but for the most part, they're still going to fight with like good old-fashioned Hydras and Zerg. So. I'm going to throw down slime. Slime makes things that are cloaked by arbiters visible. That's why the computer loves to slime you when you've got arbiter cloaked units. Now, we saw in other missions, specifically the Downing of No Red 6 mission, that sometimes they'll just slime you because they got nothing else to do and they want to annoy you. But yeah, that's the main reason for sliming things, is because of once a unit is covered in green slime, it is not cloaked. Now, if I can get a whole line of towers going here, I can probably pull these guys back. But it's also important that I get a big supply of workers going and not just spend everything on towers. And for right now, I don't really need to find Vespene straight away. I'm going to need Vespene, of course, eventually. I do remember where it is. These won't last forever, JG. Gotta bear that in mind.
Upgrade complete.
I can't upgrade them anymore without a cybernetics core, so. I already know that they've got V-lisks that will fly right past these things and just pop up over here. Have to be prepared to deal with them as they come. And I think if I throw down with the best of them. No, if I throw down one more, I'll probably be happy. No, just him. Damn it.
We feel your presence.
pull these guys back. The real problem is that you got one Arbiter cloaking units. Oh wow, I had a worker hanging out with these guys. I didn't even know it. The Arbiter's going to take a pounding if he's like the only
Your orders, Templar.
the only thing they can see. They're going to kill him fast, so it's kind of a problem. Arbiters. I was having real problems killing them because they kept coming up, just doing like a quick sneak attack of their stupid goo thing, and then well, anyway, they were just not their goo thing. I mean, sorry, they would come up and do a little sneak attack of that freeze your ass and crystal technique. Finding some odd angles to attack from. They were over here scouting around to see if they could find guys who are claiming these resources that you can just barely see on the map here. I can't see them at all, but the map is indicating their resources right here. Now there will turn out to be Vespene over here. They kind of separated them out to make it extra annoying. So we're going to go ahead and build a Nexus. They're expensive, but this will dramatically increase our Vespene rate over having a bunch of probes trying to get to it from here. And both things would be slowed if we put a Nexus like here halfway between them. We really need two Nexi. Oh wait a minute, I don't need to do. Have the assimilator ready. Now we're going to be mineral starved if I've built up too many cannons here, but maybe there's more minerals at this. Maybe this base over to the west has a ton of minerals. This one didn't seem like it had that many. Or there might be more resources besides what's at these starting bases.
We are under attack.
Okay, that barely survived. I almost wish it had died, then I could replace it with a fresh one. Improve the shields, will give them a little bit more power to stand up to that kind of punishment. Okay. And I'm going to go with, because I didn't really get to feel all that impressed by their firepower last time. They won, but they were just struggling the whole time. So I'm going to try massed carriers. As a matter of fact, even though massed carrier is like the ultimate noob strategy, oh, it looks cool, but it's too expensive. It's for noobs. I just want to build this. Trying to build it so that it's kind of. Anybody who attacks it will hopefully get drawn into the range of these cannons too. See, cannon here, cannon here, then cannon here and here. Yeah. Vespine, 5,000. What? 5,000? There's more minerals over here. Well, this looks a little better. Yeah, these are all 1,500. None of these are like... Well, some of them are even less. None of these are patches of like... You know... Sometimes you get patches of 4,000 or 5,000. That's always pretty sweet. Now, eventually, as I build pylons just to increase my pop limit, I'll probably have to
You have not enough
minerals. So I build pylons to increase my pop. Oh, sons of bitches! You guys are assholes.
We feel your presence.
Oh, that was annoying. I wasted a ton of minerals because they had super speeded up attack. I couldn't cancel the damn things in time. You guys are apparently not hotkeyed together with that group.
It will be done.
Oh no. Knew this was coming eventually. They've got cancel.
I long for combat. It will be done.
They're using
We are under attack. Executor. Nakpagala.
yeah, they're using the Defiler's Plague ability, which is kills shit really, really dead.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
Okay, so this really sucks. I'm already feeling pretty starved for resources, and they killed a ton of stuff. Well, they killed my Arbiter. They killed a bunch of minerals worth of stuff, and I'm feeling pretty mineral starved at this point.
Executor.
I think Phoenix and Zeratul need to get out of this group because
Your orders.
they get hit with the Defiler Plague, they could die. And then I lose. And I don't want to lose. Guardians are going to be a problem until I get air. I'll need to at least have a couple of scouts.
Instructions.
And I'll need to get observers to come up here and spot defilers when they're coming, because they are now using Plague. They're not just using them to... Like, they hadn't researched Plague yet. They wouldn't be building them if they weren't going to use them for Plague, but the last time we used them to use Dark Swarm, not really as big a deal for us. Although Dark Swarm can be pretty bad, too. Now, And we got burrowed Zergling at our base, which means we need to get an observatory. But now I'm starting to worry about running out of minerals and not being able to replace that nexus. Basically, oh fuck. Yeah, this is why we need to get observers going. So now, basically, anything that shields get taken down, like I used to always worry, oh, if it takes permanent health damage, that's annoying. Anything whose shields get taken down gets killed immediately. Can afford to replace one cannon, can't I? I really have to be sparing with my minerals right now. Because we need to come over here with an observer to build this nexus, because there's burrowed Zerglings there. How much does an observatory cost? 50 and 100. Excellent. I was hoping it wouldn't be too expensive, and observers themselves don't cost a lot of minerals. But I really just can't afford to waste minerals until I've got that nexus going. Even then, I really shouldn't be wasting minerals, but you know what I mean. So yeah, this is what a base looks like when the Zerg have defilers. And I'm not researching anything else until we've got that other base. Other daddy cool. So I feel like to win this thing, we're going to need another resource pile. And I also feel like I shouldn't have made a big, lengthy speech at the beginning of this video about how we've beaten the toughest mission and it should be easy peasy from now on. That was probably just not wise.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, our shields are as good as they're going to get, and that's important because these things are now at the mercy of the defilers. Defilers can't get any closer, at least. Defilers have more range than the photon cannons have detection range. Otherwise, they'd be useless against photon cannons, but we need to get an observer to go find them. But I'm more concerned right now with getting this nexus built.
Transmitted. Initiated. We are under attack.
I don't see them. Maybe they left.
Make use of me.
Okay, maybe they're gone. Alright, so I guess the Zergling that came over here and tore shit up eventually participated in a group attack on something else and is gone now, so that's fine. I certainly don't object to that. There's something up here on this cliff, more gas. We're probably supposed to take this over. There's a defiler friend who's been causing untold damage.
For vengeance. Confirmed. Transmitted. Initiated. For vengeance.
And they spawn broodlinged a bunch of us. What a bunch of douchebags.
Make use of me, Mitora.
Anyway, there you go. I hate them. They suck. Is our Nexus built yet? No. Get over here and replace this photon cannon then. There's some things we should be doing to make this go a little bit better. I didn't want to spend a ton of tech on Reavers and stuff, but a couple of Reavers could make a really big difference against all those Zergling. They're not using a lot of Hydras, and they've been using some air. The Reavers will be useless against that, but it seems like it's really just souped up Zergling who've been, you know, going through our buildings like melted butter. You don't all need to leave. Sorry. Problem is, unless I'm sitting here staring at this, Defiler comes in, Observer sees it, it still parks and does its damage, and I don't really, you know, I don't have any defenses in place that are going to kill it. Like, I don't have siege tanks. If I had siege tanks, which Protoss obviously don't have, then this guy seeing them would be enough for the siege tanks to kill them. Meanwhile, this thing's barely being attacked. Okay, I feel a little more set up now. I might want to save just so I don't have to go through the headaches of getting up to this point again. Increased sight range would be good. Waste too much on research right now for stuff that is not going to be part of the big final push. I think just having them should be enough eventually. They're going to make it awful hard for Zerg to mass, or Zergling to mass around a cannon. Now, kind of sucks that their attacks cost me minerals, though, because I'm not exactly thrilled with the position I'm in as far as resources go. Guys, just back off for right now. I wonder if Scarab damage is increased with upgrade ground weapons. No, Scarab damage isn't affected by this, so unless I'm going to use the Dragoons and the Zealots extensively, there's no point in worrying about that. Complete.
Your orders, Templar.
Now we have to keep Zeratul alive.
Entaro
What's this? What's this? Okay. Alright, so that's pretty much what we had them for. They help kill those guys faster. And Zergling. So good. Now we gotta keep Zeratul alive. And I need to keep at least one eye on here so that when I see stuff coming like that, I can respond. But now that he's holding position and he's kind of close to those things, he should be able to take care of that in the future without additional input from me. Another Reaver coming, yeah. Alright. Now if we can just avoid losing massive amounts of these things, we should be good. I think I will go ahead and research increased damage because, yeah, it's not just Zergling I'm going against, it's Ultralisks. Vespian Geyser depleted. I was just, as I saw this geyser, I was just about to ask, is that thing depleted? I wonder. And I mentioned I was going to go with carriers. Carriers will arrive. So that's obviously going to involve Stargates. Three of them may be overkill, but well, what you gonna do? You get a fleet beacon going. I can't do that till these are all going. These don't feel evenly spaced somehow. I don't know. Maybe it's in my mind. Yeah, I feel like we had some rough patches early, but we're recovering nicely. Although in order to get an invincible fleet going, we'll probably need to take over more stuff. I need to keep that observer there where it is. But I also need to scout out this map. So let's get another observer going with turbo left and right movement. And it's air, which is why my Dragoons were worthless. Although they're no, not worthless. They've got multiple kills, so something must have happened there. Must have been a mixture, and by the time I got there, all that was left was the air units. And again, if these things hadn't, you see, as ones that are not flaming appear, that means that the ones that had been blasted by defilers have been wiped out. And in the long run, it's probably not that big of a deal if I have to replace these things. Although again, I'm worried that I don't have a ton of minerals over here. I mean, they're not 4,000, they're just 1,500. It might seem like I'm worrying about that awfully early, but yeah, they use Scarab, so there must have been ground that came in too. So we didn't get to see it, but one kill he had, I believe, 3. If one of those kills was Ultralisk, then these guys have already really proven their worth. Okay, so this is a Zerg-held area up here. Looked like there was gas that no one was doing anything with. It might be that they don't have a base here, they're just defending it. If they got a base up here with no... Are there minerals? I'm more interested in minerals. This is all stuff, burrowed units and sunken colonies. These are things that Zeratul could deal with by himself. Alright. There's a spore colony. I knew there would be a spore colony eventually. I remember this being a mission where when I wasn't LPing it, I was just playing it for funsies. You could spend a lot of time... Templar archives. Why would you need a Templar archive? Oh, because they're somehow part of the magical mystical adjudicator cast. So they're going to make us build the whole tech tree, even the stuff that has nothing to do with air power, before we're going to be allowed to build orbiters. And I think we are gonna want orbiters before this is all over. So rather than fight them on it, let's just give in to the madness. We're gonna start running low on Thespian. Unless we get another Nexus going over here and start gathering for that, because now we're just sucking in depleted. And we're going to need shuttles at some point to move Zeratul around. Because what I was saving the game for is Zeratul is very useful in this one. This would be a great mission if you could build Dark Templar. Of course, they wouldn't design the mission so clearly around Zeratul's talents if he wasn't like unique in this mission. Zeratul, or the Zerg, don't have great detection going. Now, their observers, which they need to build a lot of, are detectors in this game.
It will be done.
But until you force their hand, you can get away with a certain amount of this.
You at rest.
Eventually, they will bring out observers to stop you.
So be it. I do this for ire.
Again, Zeratul, even if he wasn't the only unit who could kill the Cerebrats, which is the whole purpose here, is still a hero, and we lose the mission if he doesn't survive. So years ago, when playing this not for LP purposes, but just for funsies, I could always, like, just send out Zeratul. I could, like, get Zeratul to have 100+ kills before this was over by using him and loading if he got messed up or whatever.
Your orders, Templar.
I'm starting to think there must be, on this cliff, more minerals, because there's more gas up here.
You address me, so be it.
I have to be careful about him getting too close to, How can they see him? How do they see him?
It will be done. I do this for
There must have been a observer that went by. See, that was beautiful. Well, the cannons seem to have actually gotten the last hit in, but those guys, yeah, they sent, it looked like 2 Ultralisks, and they got like nothing out of it.
Your orders, Templar.
I'm gonna keep messing with this. I'm gonna have to, there must have been a,
It will be done.
sneak him over and see. Oh, hold on. Let's see what it was that was seeing him.
Complete.
Must have been a passing observer. I might have to develop ground technology after all just to keep Zeratul safe if I'm going to try to use him like this. I'm just using him for his body, of course. But no, I haven't even started building the Air Force, which is going to be the key to winning this whole mess. They must have sent over an observer.
It will be done. I do this for Io. So be it. Entaro Adun. So be it.
Now, these things, it may not seem like they're a threat, but they're just going to stop me from coming up here and claiming this Vespene, which I want to do eventually.
I do this for ire. It will be done. Entaro Adun. It will be done. So be it. I do this for ire.
Okay. Team effort here.
Entaro Adun. I do this for ire. So be it. It will be done. Upgrade complete. I do this for ire. Entaro Adun.
Try to kill this thing without Zeratul getting hurted.
I do this for ire.
Who's over here?
So be it.
You're hanging around over here. I don't want that. Uh-oh. Flyers! Oh, a lot of them, too. This is bad. This is very bad. I don't think I can actually deal with this. Didn't really do the things that you need to do to deal with this. Crap. Okay. Maybe it's time to start building these aircraft after all.
We are under attack.
I just have to hope that they come in closer than they need to, and they're stupid. So far, they're being stupid. They're coming closer than they need to, but not close enough. Oh, not enough. Shit.
We are under attack. Under attack.
Yeah. Big nasty air attack. Crap.
We are under attack.
This is an expensive way to fail, too. 300, 600. There's like 2 carriers worth of minerals and all of these little clusters of stuff that we're just getting killed off so badly here. They're gonna come attack the Nexus. That might be the best thing they can do, because that'll eat some time. Especially because I never really got anybody working that Nexus, did I? Why did I build carriers? I should have built scouts or probes. They're just so much faster to build.
It will be done. I do this for ire. We are under attack. Upgrade complete. The carrier has arrived.
Thank goodness.
The carrier has arrived.
Get over there and put a stop to this. This just distracted a lot of their time. Cost me 400 minerals.
We are under attack.
Oh, bastards! Now that this thing is wiped out, they're gonna launch a ground attack.
What now calls? Your command. Affirmative. We are under attack. He saw two.
We are under attack.
Good news is, I got the carriers built.
Our battle calls for Hadun.
That could end up being enough to hold this place, if I'm lucky. Because they've been building a lot of stuff that kills ground. They haven't built a lot of stuff that kills air. They haven't been coming over here at all. So if I keep these carriers hanging out here, maybe I'll be okay. Oh boy, man, they've been I doing a bunch of smack talk about how easy this game is going to be from now that I've beaten the last and meanest of the.
Your orders, Templar.
The mission against the Zerg, but the Protoss, but oh, you know what? I'll save.
Instructions.
That was a rough patch, but I'm gonna go with it because I feel like using these guys for the real purpose these guys serve, which is killing set and forget defenses from far away.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
That was a bad idea. You know what? Forget it. I just saved, so I'm going to take it back. Ha ha ha. Or at the very least, if I'm going to try something like that. Well, they saw him coming right fast, didn't they?
I do this for Io.
Don't I have Templar archives? Apparently not. That's right, because I also don't have Arbiter Tribunal because I don't have Templar archives.
Your command.
Hey,
Affirmative.
I think he's killed off those Hydras that were going to be the problem.
Commencing. Instructions. Engage the enemy. Instructions. Upgrade complete. Instructions. Affirmative. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Instructions.
Sorry, I don't feel like going with this. I was doing some damage, but just not... I need to have a denser concentration of them before I try to do that. Better to concentrate on getting my self back together here. Especially because as long as I'm not out there using them on offense and losing them, I don't have to worry too much about, that's Zeratul. I better find out what's going on here before he gets killed. Okay.
I do this for ire. So be it. It will be done. Entaro Adun. You address me.
So they're just going to come over here and try to defend this place.
Templar.
I don't think so.
Entaro Adun. I do this for ire. It will be done.
Kind of nice to take this ridge.
You address me. So be it. It will be done. I do this for ire. It will be done. Your orders, Templar.
Hydra. Big group of them, ready to attack.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, cool, you did not take permanent shield damage. You just kind of threatened to without actually doing it. Very good.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, let's put the last little improvements on those carriers. That's where I built this and then loaded my game. That's why I don't seem to have them anymore. There's a lot of stuff to be done, folks, but I'm going to get some shield batteries going here for the benefit of the carrier fleet that will be gathered here. Right now, these pylons don't even have cannons, and I don't know that I can afford to replace all those cannons. But with all these carriers here, probably not that necessary.
Protoss.
I figured they'd come after him. No, you jerks, you killed one of my guys. Okay, maybe we do need cannons here, because otherwise there's no point in dragging them to battle here. They killed one of my Reavers, which sucks, although it seems like they've been coming more with flyers recently.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, you jerks are killing my detectors. No, never mind, they're back to... They got Zergling and stuff again.
Your orders, Templar. You address me.
Oh. I got two different sets of observers now. Okay. Yeah, they're really making me spend a lot to keep this base going. Not really that happy about that. However, they're not really sending air. They've decided they're going to keep attacking here, so I mean, it still behooves me to have stationary defenses here.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Commencing.
Well, I got full shields again, so why don't I come over here and pick a fight? Carriers do take a while to retreat. No reason not to stop them from massing their forces and being ready to attack on their terms, I suppose. Let's back off until I've got an unstoppable armada of them, which I'll never have at this rate because I'm not even building anymore right now. Too busy with this. Okay. I forgot you down here, didn't I? Don't worry, buddy. I'll make it up to you by letting you build... Whoa! Look at you guys. Oh, more Zergling. Those guys are like Ultimo Speed Zergling, though. The brown Zergling were bad news before. I'll just run away from these guys.
Affirmative.
See, this is a kind of good place to be. Now, see, if you break up their attacks before they can really finalize their plans, you're doing okay. But I feel like I'm going to be in constant combat until the end of this game. It's tough to get any offense going against them. Get a little closer here so you can maybe help out next time. Yeah, that thing barely survived. No, you don't get to just sit there biding your time, waiting to strike. Waiting till there's like 5 of your buddies there. You die now. You're the only air unit slower than we are. Yeah, because that's what they were doing. They were gathering them for another airstrike. I've got to get more carriers going.
Affirmative.
Because they're trying to gather them for another big airstrike, and that's... No, can't tolerate that kind of activity. I really would love dearly to have on the resource patch of minerals, but I'm just nervous about. Recall is an interesting ability that I don't use that much. Stasis field is the one that always ticks me off when they use it. But no, at this point... Wow, these guys cost a ton of gas, too.
You require more Vespine gas.
Don't have enough. Oh, you know what? Because I never went back. The Nexus that was here got destroyed, and, you know, worse things could have happened. It had a ton of life and shielding, which meant that it kept the... when their Guardians got past me, it stopped them from just killing a bunch of my resource gatherers. But I never rebuilt that base, and I do need to do that. Because right now I'm just sucking in Vespine from a depleted thing. I got the early detector, and I really don't feel like losing that. We got 2 detectors going back and forth, and that's actually been quite handy, I think. 12 kills, 16 kills, 6 kills.
The carrier has arrived.
Phew, these are expensive. So they usually have 3 interceptors by the time this is all done.
Instructions.
Can have up to 8. So these carriers are not obviously going to be at full damage capacity. Protoss are expensive to run, but damn effective.
Commencing. Your command. Your command.
I'd like to take a look up here and see if there's minerals up here. If there are, I probably need to make an aggressive move up here. Because there was gas on the other one. These maps tend to be kind of vaguely symmetrical. Yeah. Okay. Get back. Fudge crackers. Well, this isn't going to be too bad, actually, because they don't have any of the really long-rangey guys. Which means that eventually they're going to come down here to attack right where those freaking,
Your command.
No, stay back here. They don't have anybody at range. Although they might be gathering more guys. Yeah, maybe I want to draw them into a fight before they're... No. Stay back here with the cannons.
Your command.
Damn it, one of them took permanent damage. I was really hoping that wouldn't happen. One of them's at 292 out of 300 hit points now. Okay. Communism's better. Now that I know I've got more minerals out there, I'm less worried about the possibility that the guys I use to build are going to be a waste of resources I can't get back. If I can claim these 2 resource spots, I think that's it. I think I'll have won, because I'll have all my tech. I'll have the best possible carriers going. I will have this in hand at that point. It'll be a long mission. Whew. Really long mission, but we'll have it. The resources start coming in. But see, I was worried. You don't want to build tons of resource gatherers when you don't have another patch of resources for guys to work. Alright, you guys are doomed. I just need to make sure that he's in a good position. I'm really annoyed that that one carrier took that little bit of permanent damage, though.
Instructions.
He didn't get any kills, but he did fire off some scarabs, so he probably weakened one of the ultralisks. And we lost another cannon. Lost a couple cannons, actually. I do need to keep those cannons up, because that's what's... that's the real thing that's saving those carriers, is that the guys are coming in and attacking cannons. If they were attacking the carriers directly, I think the carriers would be able to survive it, but we'd definitely be taking some losses. And this thing here is just... It doesn't track the kills for your... for your cannons. Something I've complained about a lot to Bobo over the years, as though he could do something about it. But no, it does. I think we can tell just from the fact that they're all shiny and new and none of them are damaged that we haven't been having the same kind of combat on that side. So we're going to have 2 arbiters. They're not going to have all their fancy spells, but they will do their main thing, which is providing cloak field for the units around them. Now it's been a little while since Zeratul got to have fun, so let's save the game. Not that he doesn't have plenty of kills. Just changed up who's hotkeyed to what here. I believe this place is clear, but let's have Zeratul come over and
so be it.
See, there's like a detector over here, so I guess he can't just... It's not going to be quite as easy for him to just kill over here. Ready to kill. Man, these things don't build fast either. So I'll need... I think I've got enough minerals, but I'm going to need 750 gas to get another group of 3 carriers going.
Your orders, Templar.
See, these little spots on the map always look to me like...
It will be done. I do this for ire. It will be done. I do this for ire. So be it.
See if I can kill this before they get reinforcements in. If so... Awesome.
I do this
the warp field has been stabilized too, so that's cool. Now check this shit out, folks. You already saw it earlier. See, Phoenix is all like, "You can't see me." Yeah.
To us, we are vigilant.
Invisible carrier fleet.
Upgrade complete.
I'm not going to research that right this second. Because we're close to having enough to get another set of carriers coming. And I care more about that. I really do. Excellent. So we do need to go up there and claim that gas. Probably.
Your orders, Templar.
I order you to be kind of creepy but cool, badass dude. No problem.
I do this for ire.
Is there any way he can kill these things by to kill that cloak by himself? Or am I asking for trouble here?
Upgrade complete.
Entaro Adun. So be it.
Maybe it can turn out
It will be done.
that he's out of the range of the sunken colonies? No. He might kill this thing before they get through his shields, though.
Your orders,
Oh,
Templar.
excellent. He could. He did. Now, he don't have a whole lot left in the tank
You address me.
as far as shield energy goes, but that was still pretty cool. So we have a big, nasty, prolonged fight. I fully admit that.
I do this for ire. So be it. It will be done.
Carrier has arrived. Carrier has arrived.
I do this
has
for
arrived.
ire.
Carriers have arrived, folks.
Instructions. Go.
Now I gotta wait till I get 750 minerals again. Then I can have 12 carriers. I'll have 2 arbiters providing the cloaking field. The arbiters will almost surely die before this whole thing's over. But hey, you know, I mentioned that I hated them before, didn't I? Apparently, I want them to die. You can't see us.
Your command.
I don't think you need to defeat the red base to win, but they're got all sorts of Zergling coming.
We are at your command.
Yeah. Good hustle, guys. Hustle, loyalty, and respect. Good job.
Instructions. Go. You open us. Instructions.
Well, you know what? Good on you guys.
Your presence. Your command.
Throw that many totally maxed out Zergling at me. You managed to get enough of them past the carriers to do some damage. I can't be angry. I gotta give you credit. I gotta give you props. You had no intention of any of them coming out of that alive. Or of doing more than a mild amount of damage, probably. Well, I suppose they might have hoped for more damage than they got, but... Zergling are cheap, but they destroyed 2 photon cannons there. That Okay, now it's time to think about claiming these minerals over here. If I don't claim these minerals soon, I am in real trouble.
You address me. Entaro Adun.
Nope. Need to give him more time for shields to heal up before I start messing with that. Scouts without the speed upgrade are so frickin' slow, but...
Your command.
I heard a rrrr noise, and it wasn't up here. Oh, it was the photon cannons coming in. I guess once I've got these 12 carriers in place, I'll take out the red base.
Upgrade complete.
Purple and white are the plot bases, I believe. I said I wasn't going to upgrade those things, but now resources are coming in a little bit more plentifully. I don't know if I'm going to bother with the zealots, though. I don't even have dragoons anymore. I only had 2. I never built any. They got killed.
The carrier has arrived. Your command?
Okay, start building them up. Matter of fact, I'm going to put them here. These guys are both programmed to follow one of the carriers, so my defenses will be an awful lot thinner than they had been once I've guys constantly popping in and out of the warp field. This would be a good time to save the game.
You address me. I do this for hire.
Zerg, you come hang out. That way if they do anything like really simple, like get a single Zergling or Hydra down here, you can help out. Meantime, I'll get my observer to chill with the carriers so that anything needs to be taken care of, they can take care of. And this should be the beginning of the end for the Zerg. I will take some losses. Most likely the Arbiters are staying near the back. That's good. Bad news is when the carriers start getting too far ahead of the Arbiters and stop being cloaked. And it's a bad move when the carriers move too far ahead and actually are in range of the spore colonies. They have a longer range than the spore colonies of those interceptors, but they will sometimes fly into where the carriers themselves can be hit. Interceptors get killed, you just spend 25 minerals and replace them. It's not a big deal. But it's very bad news if you start losing carriers themselves, because they're freaking expensive. Biggest threat to me now is that a major attack is launched on my base while my carriers are away. But hey, you know, gotta take action at some point. Yeah, you lasted all 2 seconds.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Started trying to kill the Arbiters, which is their best move. All they really can try to do, really. And they're going to bring in Hydras from wherever they can. Get down here, grab these guys. Yeah, but if you micromanage these guys, you ought to be able to just unleash some hell here. Raising hell. And this is why I said before, I started launching an attack with like 3 of these guys. I was doing damage, but I was going to take losses. No, I mean, to me, my favorite way to play it makes the maps take forever. I like to have overwhelming force before I attack, because then you don't even end up taking losses. If you've got so much firepower in your attack that they can't even get off any real shots before they're already dying. It's good stuff.
Your command.
Now this red base is more extensive than I thought. I thought the red was kind of a barrier, the entire east to west stretch of the map, but it was just between us and the brown and white bases. Brown had been attacking us with like all powered up Zergling and Hydras. Now we're getting up to the white base. I want to take them out one at a time just to prevent the number of active AI forces that are even attacking. But they will eventually start aiding each other. Like, it took them a while, but white is now actually... Well, no, white didn't actually do it until we aggroed them.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
If I had left white alone, I probably would have not been attacked by white. But I want to wipe out red just so that because I support the evil Lloyd, so I'm trying to stop red from winning Legend of Dragoon. So I want to wipe out the red base completely so that I can not have to worry about them attacking. Purple is mounting an attack. I need to get over here and stop purple.
We are under attack.
But it's a ground attack, so actually... Oh, shoot. That's a problem.
Instructions.
That went fairly well, actually. But I didn't realize that these guys... This Reaver had run through all of its ammo. You have to rebuild those guys occasionally. I haven't even lost the Observer yet. This is going pretty well. Okay. You come over here. You guys remain here because you're going to be working on a Vespene Geyser eventually. Yeah, but the real issue is that they didn't come to aid each other when red first got attacked. If purple and white or brown and white had both come out to save him, I could have had real trouble. Let's see. I did have something else to research. Oh no, I've been slimed. Yeah, a couple of Arbiters makes it really hard for them to... Because the carriers are expensive, you want to protect them, but the Arbiters make it really hard for them to do anything about the carriers. They've got to kill the Arbiters themselves, and if you've got the Arbiters queued up to follow the carriers, you can micromanage things so the Arbiters don't put themselves in danger. Which is pretty much what I have attempted to do.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Now, the real doom of these guys is that I'm finally going to take these resources that I've been worried about for so long. That's right, start mining Zerg. Meanwhile, as I do this, that's when my units are in the most danger because I'm not paying attention to them anymore. It's starting to look like this, I won't have to build anymore. This might do it. But anyway, you are supposed to, quote, thin out the defenses or provide a distraction so Zeratul can get in and do the work. Oh, if they've got one of these guys is a parasite so they can see what I'm doing now. Oh crap, this is another problem. They were able to see that one because he had a parasite on him. Parasite ones they can see even if they're cloaked. So they're gonna wipe him out. Smarter move would have been to suicide attack the Arbiter so they could see everybody. But no, that's an interesting tactic by them. They used a queen to put a parasite on, which I was about to make fun of them for that. And then I realized why they did it. It's so they can see them. And then they use Scourge, the air suicide guys. And they finally managed to take down one of these carriers.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
We're supposed to thin out the defenses so Zeratul can sneak in and attack. To me, that's insane. You want to wipe out their entire base before you send Zeratul over there. You are indirectly responsible for the death of a carrier. You must pay. Yeah, this has actually worked even better than I anticipated. The Arbiters make it really hard for them to do anything because they're not attacking the Arbiters. I guess it's an AI thing. I'm surprised they were smart enough to put a parasite on something and then kill it. But they're not attacking the Arbiters because the Arbiters actually have Phase Disruptor Cannon. Doesn't do very much damage, but they've got it. Does more damage than an interceptor, but of course you've got 8 interceptors at once. So they've got this. They've got an attack. I believe it can attack land or air. But they're just following. Why are you morphing Guardians? Oh well, whatever. Their attackers just. The Arbiters are just following the carriers. They're not attacking. Because they're not attacking, the AI, I guess, isn't registering them as a threat. Normally, I would have expected to have lost my Arbiters by now and started taking carrier losses, but it seems like the Zerg, they're not registering the carriers as a threat, therefore they're not doing anything about them. I mean, the Arbiters. It was bothering me a bit to have less than the full complement of... Alright, well, let's finish off the red base. It's already finished, really, but... And the observers managed to stay alive in all this. That's a pleasant surprise, actually. Again, because they're following behind. Oh, fine. This is my fault. I really should have more, I should have something to fight these guys with, but... Now you back off. You've got almost 20 kills. I would hate to lose you now.
Have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Alright, sorry, not talking.
We feel your presence. Commencing.
Should be talking, not talking. Don't know if I'll have time to build up another set of carriers, but now the resources are pouring in and I got nothing to do with them. I'm busily micromanaging this force to make sure I get the most out of it. Whatever they've got left, they're gonna... Well, I figured they were gonna airdrop some Hydras, but where would they be airdropping them from? This is it. This is Red's last hurrah here. I intended to kill them a long time ago, but I got distracted taking out a pretty big chunk of other Zerg forces' bases. The kills are getting pretty impressive for these. That's the other reason to keep them in a huge group like this, so that they last a long time, get to kill a lot of stuff. They aren't getting killed themselves.
Your warriors have engaged the
So I
enemy.
need to start building pylons because I'm going to run out of. Yeah, I'm going to hit my pop limit with all these carriers.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Carrier has arrived.
Meanwhile, the carriers are continuing to arrive. Don't really need to defend these things because, you know, whatever. I mean, we've won at this point.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
So we've seen our last Red Ultra. In this map, at least. Probably. Got a lot of dust being left. So that's gotta be it for the Reds. Communism has been defeated. So you got the red Zerg, who are communists, you got the brown Zerg, who are made of poop, and you've got the white Zerg, and if it ain't white Zerg, it ain't right Zerg. Because I'm clearly a huge racist.
Your warriors have engaged the
I
enemy.
made some cracks on another video, like a video in Fallout about how, oh, I completed this quest, and my quest reward is I earned a woman. And somebody took that way serious and was all over my case. I don't even want to go into it. I was pretty annoyed by the end of it. He decided, like, dumb jocks like you with your first-person shooters, and I'm like, what? Guys, you realize what percentage of my playlists consist of first-person shooters? Now, I'm thinking of doing Mass Effect, which I guess will be playing into the hands of people like this. This guy just, he made, like, I argued back and, like, kept making, like, I shouldn't let myself get drawn in, but I started like, what, are you kidding? I was, like, making fun of him. He wouldn't let it go. I was trying to tell him, look, you think I'm a jock. I mean, that really is ridiculous. It's like, no, that's such a jock attitude. You're obviously a mental moron. You think women are property. People like you make me sick. And I was like, dude, you seriously think that because I joked about how, oh, I completed this quest and I won a woman in a video game, you think that I literally believe, yeah, whatever. Now, the more I defend myself, the more ridiculous I sound, but it's like, it reminds me of the guys that I used to know in college who would make a point. They'd be in a class with, you know, it's a college class, so there's both men and women there. Now, see, can't kill this Cerebrit thing with these guys. It just pops back up. That's fine. Not worried about that. But they would always make a big point of being like, you know, how progressive they were, and being like, oh, and there's nothing more disgusting than domestic abuse, and I feel like rape is such a bad thing, and I was always the guy who was in the background. I was like, well, of course it is. Why are you making a big deal of vocalizing this? This is like saying I'm against it. Like when the Taliban like tried to murder some girl because she wanted to get an education, like, and all these people were like, this is such a horrible thing the Taliban's done. I'm like, I personally am opposed to this. Like, wait, are you seriously patting yourself on the back for disagreeing with murdering small girls? And it's like, you know, I'm going to make sure that I am opposed to this Taliban practice because I want everyone to know what a stand-up guy I am who doesn't support murdering children. Like, okay, thanks for making that clear. We weren't sure if maybe you were pro-child murder, but now that we know you're anti-child murder, we the hot women of the world totally want to have sex with you now that we know you're against child murder, rape, whatever. A little off topic here. Yeah, what I'm trying to get at, folks, is I don't think women are property. And I don't think you should kill small girls because they want to learn to read. I know that's a controversial stance, but apparently I need to put it out there because I wasn't making it clear enough. Now we are starting to lose interceptors now. Our arbiters continue to be in perfect condition with no kills because I'm not actually using their attack. They do have an attack, it just really isn't worth your time. Well, you know what? This is it. We don't need to wipe out the bases. We're supposed to kill the Cerebrates. Now, he can't get down from here by himself. He needs this, the shuttle will allow Zeratul to get down off of this cliff and finish these guys off. Now, I'll save before I get Zeratul going again, because Zeratul certainly could get himself killed. He should be able to get to the brown Cerebrate with no problem. There's, well, there's like one detector from them and one sunken colony left. Yeah, really, it would be ridiculous for me to go back and deal with them now. Unless I just decide that since I've been at it so long, I want to wipe out every single Zerg unit on the map. But I've already been at this for way too long. So for example, we probably get rid of this little hive cluster here. I don't think they've got room for more over here. And then my big thing is stop them from building more units. To do that, I probably do want to get over here and kill this.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Instructions.
Because as you no doubt remember from when we played as the Zerg, lairs, hatcheries, etc. These are the things that actually
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
actually create units for the Zerg. Seriously, in the old days, Mario defeats 8 worlds and wins a princess. Link defeats 8 dungeons and wins Zelda. I mean, yeah, stop. When I defend myself against attacks that are that retarded, it makes it seem like, wow, they really pushed a button. JG must deep down really think that women are property, and this guy's got him. Like, no, I don't think women are property. I was kidding.
Instructions.
Just so that we'll have spent all of our resources, you know.
Your command.
Oh, more spore colonies. I was wondering, it's like, whoa, something actually is attacking us?
Your command.
Yeah, these guys went heavy with the air, so. I think white was air and brown was ground. Pound and ground.
Engage the enemy.
I do this for ire.
So Zeratul and Zeratul alone, or oh no, he got hit by a queen. How did the queen even see him? They must have an overlord over here. So I'm surprised they let me kill this thing without attacking me. So good job. Now he's gonna slowly, while dripping slime, make his way over here. This is the most dangerous spot in the world for Zeratul. Because if he wandered down here, he would be seen by the detector and possibly killed by the sunken colony. But he's got 46 kills. He's not doing too bad. He's going to end up with 47 because I have no intention of wasting any more time killing lesser stuff here. Darn it.
Minerals.
Okay, Zeratul. Oh, Zeratul! Oh no! Zeratul, buddy! No! So they've got an overlord somewhere that saw Zeratul and sent some Zergling after him. But we win anyway. Wait, what?
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I killed him with Dark Templar power. That's supposed to finish it. I don't understand why it popped back up, but whatever. Just keep it up. Keep it up. Makoto, keep it up! Zeratul, keep it up for the Protoss leaders. Yeah, that was weird. I thought the game glitched. That would have made me very unhappy if I couldn't actually win. But we've won. So, huzzah. 138. Oh, jeez. That took so frickin' long. Last mission will be another marathon session. Once we get to Brood War, we'll have some shorter missions again, but, whew, man. Killed 501 units, folks. Lost 12. Really? Wow. Structures, I'm sure. Yeah, I lost 30-something structures. 501 units killed. So, obviously have a much better unit score than anyone else. I even produced the most, although again, that's not actual number of units, that's like population, I think. I'm kind of surprised none of these guys ever hit their pop limit, considering how much stuff they were throwing at me. Constructed 77 buildings. These guys had more than this many buildings. I guess these are the buildings they actually constructed. The ones that start out on the map don't count. And yeah, they had like infinite supply of all minerals and stuff, so that was insane. But here's the biggie. Killed 501 units. Christ, I had a couple of close calls. Early on, like hyper Zerglings came in and shredded my cannons, and I thought it was over. But you know, you got to react. I wasn't going to bother with Reapers, whatever they're called, but I got a couple. I got literally a couple. I built two. I only built two in the whole game. One of them got killed. The other one came out alive, I believe, and it had like only 20-something kills. But I mean, when they're throwing Ultralisks at you, maybe the Reaver doesn't get the kill, but it takes a lot of hit points off of that Ultralisk, allows the cannons to finish it. Then I really thought I was screwed when they came at me with Guardians, and that's when I was like, okay, you need to build that you need to start on that damn carrier fleet. Your plan was always to build carriers, but you need to actually get going. And at that point, I really shouldn't have built carriers. I should have built probes, because I would have built faster and killed those Guardians. But once the carriers started rolling in, wow, I could have played this game for another 2 hours. Slowly building up like an even bigger force of carriers and taking out every single thing. No, we went long enough. Eye of the Storm. The final mission is next.
Executor.
Yeah, Phoenix. I recognize you too, buddy. But this is it, folks. Next video, Eye of the Storm. The final mission of the original Starcraft game. When Starcraft came out, they gave us like a whole complete story playing as all three races. And then Brood War came out, added some units, gave us a lot more story missions. And although I don't really like the story of Brood War as much, you know, it's like a full-fledged, there was as much content really as there had been in Starcraft. Can never recapture the thrill of introducing these races and characters all for the first time, but you know, they did what they could. StarCraft 2, campaign mode where you play as the Terrans only. They throw in a couple of missions, which we'll see if I ever get around to Let's Playing StarCraft 2. You get to play as the Protoss, and it's like you're experiencing Zeratul's thoughts. So you get some mystical thoughts of Zeratul, which include you playing missions as the Protoss. You never get to play as the Zerg. The Protoss missions are, well, you get like 4 or 5 of them, I guess. I mean, overall, I guess I can't bitch too loud because I think the single-player content, certainly the Terran campaign in StarCraft Wings of Liberty, was longer and more involved than the Terran campaign in StarCraft. But the game costs as much as StarCraft, and it just has a bumped-up Terran campaign. And like right from the beginning, without probably adding too much stuff in the second and third games, they're going to do a Zerg campaign as a separate game and a Protoss campaign as a separate game. And I think from the beginning, somebody realized, we do each race as a separate game. We can have 3 times the games that we're going to sell. So yeah, common complaint about Blizzard, but I can complain all I want. I know I'm going to buy the games. Other people complain and buy the games. I complain and buy the games. If you complain and then you don't buy the games, I guess good for you. Ultimately, the very best are the ones who don't complain and buy the games. And, they're either too dumb to realize that they're being ripped off, or they don't care, or they know they're going to buy them, so what's the point of complaining? So ultimately, probably the ones who, they know it's kind of a rip-off, and they really should be getting one game with all the content, but, yeah, whatever. If you're getting 3 games worth of enjoyment out of it, then that's fine. I mean, Lord knows there's people out there who buy the same EA Sports game for whatever their favorite sport is, basketball, football, whatever. They buy the same game every year. Every year. Same game. Roster changes. And, maddening stuff. So, Blizzard maybe can't be not all that bad. I mean, you think about how many hours have people over the years spent playing StarCraft, and then how much money did Blizzard make off of it? I'm sure Blizzard made a lot of money off of StarCraft, but they should have made even more. So I can't blame them for trying to get all markety happy on StarCraft 2. But we're not playing StarCraft 2, we're playing StarCraft 1, and we just played through. I talked about how easy it was going to be compared to Trial of Tassadar. I don't think I was ever in as much danger in Shadowhunters as I was in Trial of Tassadar. Trial of Tassadar, I really did think, until I won, I really did think I was going to lose. I knew I was trying to decide if I was going to post a failure video or if I was just going to scrap it completely and then tell you guys about losing. Because I don't lie about it on these things. If this is my promise from me. I'm against rape. I don't think women are property. I think it's wrong to kill girls for wanting an education. And if I play something and get completely blown out of the water and I choose not to present it as a video, I will tell you about it during the next video I record. That's my solemn pledge to you. It's pretty much true. I mean, generally, like Panzer General, once or twice, I got really frustrated and completely tossed an attempt. I think that happened. There's twice when I started a video and I just threw it out and I loaded to the state where I was going to begin that video. And I always told my viewers, because I had in Panzer General, I had a lot of people bitching that I wasn't very good at the game, even though I was always getting major victories. So I'm like, all right, here's more ammo for you. I blew the first turn and got really frustrated and didn't feel like recording anymore, and I quit out. So there you go. And the same thing happened. It was like an RTK video, RTKX, where I was like, I've been in this stalemate for 30 videos, and I just launched an offensive, and it collapsed, and it's going to take me forever to recover. And I said, screw it. I could persevere. I know I could recover, but it would make the LP another 50 videos long, or the time it'll take me to recover. And so I'm always tell you guys when I screw up. Trial of Tassadar came really close. I thought I was going to lose that one, because if I hadn't succeeded when I did, I was going to run out of resources and have to go back and basically start over and try to take out those little purple bases. So that I could use the resources from them, which I'd seen in GameFAQs. It was like, don't engage these bases, just go straight for the stasis cell. And I did, and it worked, but boy, it was close. Shadowhunters took forever, and I had some close calls when they launched some really nasty, powerful attacks, because you just can't rely on static defenses. You've got to have a robust mix of stuff, but there's a couple times where I thought I was just going to go to hell. Eye of the Storm is going to be very similar to Shadowhunters, folks. I guess I already mentioned in a previous video, but I'm not going to mention now. There is one neat little surprise about it. We've been playing all these missions of the Protoss, so we'll have one little surprise that will make things a little more interesting and different. And if you watched my previous videos, I think I already revealed what it is, but maybe not. But yeah, it is going to be a case of you have to weather some heavy attacks and then build up an army that's going to be unstoppable. It's going to be very similar in that respect to Shadowhunters. I'll have to weather some nasty attacks on my initial base. But if I can get through to the point where I've built up a force of carriers, I think I'm going to go with carriers again, probably. You might not even want to watch Eye of the Storm. It's going to be Shadowhunters all over again. Yeah, but there you go. Anyway, this is Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. When we come back, Eye of the Storm, our final mission of StarCraft. It's going to be Tassadar, Phoenix, Zeratul, and maybe some special guest friends. Is Aldaris going to come out as like a zealot, a special unique zealot Aldaris? I don't know. We're gonna go mix it up with the Overmind. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you for that. Bye-bye, folks.